Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. I found out that these blowgun darts are super dangerous. Even when you shoot them at very low energy, they have crazy penetration. And therefore I had those made, and those are from hardened steel. So they should not bend easily. Those were the originals, and they're actually made by cold steel in the 357 caliber. This is exactly 9 millimeters. And those bend very easily. And so when they hit something hard, they will easily bend, and then you lose all the performance. So it's hardened steel now. And to test its performance, we're using this antique CO2 gun, 9 millimeter caliber. It was called the Critter Gitter. And it's actually a Daisy product, and that's long discontinued, but it has the exact same caliber for those darts. You simply have to muzzle load them, and they disappear completely into the barrel. And there's about that much of a barrel left, so it's really a very short barrel for these things. And we'll shoot it into this really thick piece of wood. Let's see the damage it can do. Okay, we go for it. Shooting pretty straight. Whoa! So you could see penetration was really good. Keep in mind this is just 7.5 joule. Now for comparison, we're shooting these 4.5 millimeter 177 pellets from this interesting CO2 revolver that actually has a muzzle in the lower position. Okay, it can go both single action and double action. Ow, hit me, actually hit me. I think I gotta shoot at it from an angle. Oops. It hits me every time. 6 shots. So as you can clearly see, there is zero penetration, while this here penetrated really a great deal. So this penetrated probably a full inch. Yeah, you can see it here. Now this Scuba Ashinger gun that I outfitted for test purposes, just so that I will hit my target, not only with the underwater light, with embedded laser, but I also added a scope just only for above water training, so that I make sure that during my training I'm hitting the target and not missing it, damaging things, or even, endangering people. So this would be disassembled when I take it underwater, which is the original purpose. In any case, it has a 9 millimeter caliber, so it's the same caliber as the Critter Gitter. So I can also load these. Now, these are the air cartridges that it shoots, and this is filled right now, so maximum pressure on this is 5,000 psi. So there's 5,000 psi behind it. I'm not sure if these darts will even survive it, but that's as hard as it comes. Let's see what the penetration will now be like. So as you can clearly see, this kind of pressure was just way too much for those. You can actually see what happened. The entire thing was destroyed probably in the barrel from the huge amount of pressure that went in there. And then also the impact was so hard that even the hardened steel wasn't hard enough to prevent a serious amount of bending. This means that CO2 is probably the ideal propellant. So yes, I think that these should be shot just with the CO2 gun. Next step would be to develop a revolver that can take these instead of pellets. Because then even a CO2 revolver would be a truly deadly weapon, since this penetrates to pretty much anything. But we'll do one more test. This is a 12 millimeter plywood board. And yeah, I shot at it before with a crossbow. So this is my test of deadliness. Because if something can penetrate this, then I consider it deadly. Now we're gonna shoot at it with the CO2 gun and see if this brings it through. Right. Yes, it went through. Very tough. Wow. Can we also hit it from a distance? Well, we can try. Yes, we can. And penetration. I know you guys want to know what happens when I hit it with the full power and a true arrow. And this is just a field tip, remember. So this obviously crashed through and it broke off the entire arrow, and we don't know where the tip is, but we can dig for it. Let's see. Huh. So this penetrated the whole thing, and there it is. So one thing is for sure, this is probably the most deadly compact air gun in the market. It's designed for underwater purposes, but as you saw, even above water, it's really dangerous. So when you are training with this, which you should do before you go underwater, make sure there's no one around, because that will be very dangerous in a training session like this. But I also think if we can marry these two guns, so use the caliber from this gun and use just a barrel, just a revolver type, and then make it shooting these very, very deadly projectiles, then I think I will have created the first deadly CO2 revolver in the world. That is my goal. Stay tuned. And by the way, I know the sound here is awful because it sounds like I'm preaching in a cathedral, which I am, kind of. Anyway, but I have experts from a great company, and they're gonna visit me here in a few days to check it out, and they say that they will make this sounding like a sound lab, so it should be so much better afterwards. I can't wait what these wizards can do. Anyway, hope you like this, because that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye.